1. When designing a training module for new Border Patrol agents, which adult learning principles should be prioritized to ensure agents retain tactical protocols under stress? A. Passive lecture-based instruction. B. Immediate application through scenario-based exercises. C. Memorization of written policies only. D. Exclusive use of multimedia presentations. 2. An evaluation method that best measures an agent's decision-making in real-time border enforcement scenarios is A. Multiple-choice written exams. B. Peer feedback surveys. C. Live role-playing with performance rubrics. D. Self-reflection journals. 3. In curriculum development for language acquisition training, the most effective approach for adult learners is A. Grammar-heavy lectures. B. Contextual immersion with authentic dialogue practice. C. Memorization of vocabulary lists only. D. Translation-based learning exclusively. Or, a communication technique that builds trust between mentors and trainee agents while providing feedback is A. Direct criticism without context. Structured feedback using the sandwich method. C. Allowing trainees to guess their errors. D. Delaying all feedback until final evaluations. 5. When integrating federal regulatory compliance into training, the primary instructional goal should be A. Emphasizing compliance as optional guidelines. B. Embedding compliance into applied scenarios. C. Teaching compliance as a separate, isolated module. D. Allowing agents to interpret compliance independently. 6. A mentor notices a trainee struggling with tactical radio communication. The most effective mentoring strategy is A. Correcting the trainee during live operations only. B. Modeling best practices and providing guided practice. C. Assigning additional reading on communication policies. Avoiding direct intervention to promote independence. 7. The Kirkpatrick model of evaluation can best be applied in Border Patrol training by A. Focusing only on test scores. B. Measuring changes in behavior and field performance. C. Ignoring long-term outcomes. D. Evaluating only satisfaction surveys. 8. When developing curriculum for use of force decision-making, the most effective design includes A. Memorizing policy manuals. B. Progressive simulations with reflective debriefs. C. Written essays about legal statutes. D. Rote drills with no contextual analysis. 9. To foster adult learner motivation, training for Border Patrol agents should A. Be abstract and theory-focused. B. Relate tasks directly to field responsibilities. C. Avoid real-life examples to maintain objectivity. Provide one-size-fits-all teaching methods. 10. An effective evaluation method for bilingual communication training is A. Fill-in-the-blank vocabulary tests. E. Oral proficiency assessments using field scenarios. C. Multiple-choice grammar quizzes. D. Silent reading comprehension exams. 11. Which communication strategy ensures clarity when briefing diverse teams in border security operations? A. Using technical jargon extensively. E. Speaking rapidly to save time. C. Applying plain language and confirming understanding. D. Avoiding questions to maintain authority. 12. In mentoring, the role of reflective questioning is to A. Provide direct answers immediately. B. Encourage trainees to analyze and self-correct. C. Replace performance evaluation entirely. D. Focus only on factual recall. 13. An agent instructor must align curriculum with regulatory compliance requirements. Which approach is most effective? A. Designing learning objectives directly tied to compliance standards. B. Treating compliance as secondary to operational needs. C. Allowing trainees to self-study compliance laws. D. Teaching compliance only through written manuals. 14. To evaluate teamwork skills in field exercises, the most valid assessment tool is A. Peer evaluation forms and structured observation rubrics. B. Multiple-choice teamwork quizzes. C. Written reflections on teamwork theories. D. Self-assessments without validation. 15. A mentor uses storytelling to explain how compliance lapses affect mission outcomes. This method supports which adult learning principle? A. Rote memorization. B. Relevance to real-world experience. C. Abstract theorizing. D. Avoidance of practical application. 16. When developing training for high-stress pursuit scenarios, the best instructional method is A. Realistic simulations with immediate feedback. B. Long lectures on pursuit regulations. C. Memorizing case law only. D. Reviewing static images of pursuit strategies. 17. A regulatory audit reveals gaps in record-keeping training. The best curriculum revision is to A. Add compliance drills into scenario-based modules. Ignore the gaps since audits are infrequent. C. Provide optional workshops outside required training. D. Assign independent study on record-keeping. 18. An evaluation method to test conflict de-escalation skills is A. Written tests on negotiation theories. B. Performance-based role-play with structured scoring rubrics. C. True-false compliance quizzes. D. Unsupervised practice without assessment. 19. To enhance communication in multicultural contexts, trainers should A. Encourage memorization of cultural facts. B. Facilitate experiential learning through role-play dialogues. C. Limit training to English-only exercises. Avoid cultural training to prevent stereotyping. 20. When mentoring a trainee who resists feedback, the most effective strategy is A. Using open-ended questions to promote self-reflection. B. Avoiding difficult conversations. C. Providing only written feedback. D. Escalating directly to disciplinary measures. 21. In curriculum development, which step ensures alignment with adult learning principles? A. Defining learning outcomes relevant to field application. B. Designing courses without clear objectives. C. Relying only on instructor preference. D. Avoiding learner input in course design. 22. A training evaluation focused on compliance with use of force reporting is best conducted through A. Observation of report writing in simulated scenarios. E. Multiple choice tests on reporting rules. C. Group discussions without assessment. D. Memorization of policy language. 23. To improve mentoring effectiveness, experienced agents should A. Adapt their coaching style to match trainees' learning needs. B. Use the same approach with all trainees. C. Focus exclusively on technical skills. D. Avoid personalizing the mentoring process. 24. A communication barrier in training often occurs when A. Trainers overuse technical jargon without clarification. B. Trainers use examples directly tied to fieldwork. C. Instructors provide feedback in real time. D. Information is reinforced with visual aids. 25. To comply with federal training mandates, evaluation records must be A. Accurately documented and securely maintained. B. Optional and loosely organized. C. Kept only at the discretion of instructors. D. Informally shared among trainees. 26. An adult learning strategy that enhances retention of patrol procedures is A. Immediate practice followed by feedback. B. Passive note-taking during lectures. C. Memorization of field manuals without application. Avoiding practice until final evaluations. 27. A curriculum revision addressing deficiencies in surveillance training should emphasize A. Field simulations with performance-based assessments. E. Independent textbook reading. C. Memorization of equipment manuals. D. Group lectures without practice. 28. When evaluating communication skills under stress, the best method is A. Simulated radio calls during field exercises. B. Multiple choice communication quizzes. C. Silent written communication exams. D. Peer self-reports without validation. 29. To strengthen mentoring outcomes, mentors should primarily focus on A. Building rapport and trust with trainees. B. Prioritizing compliance over interpersonal skills. C. Delivering criticism without explanation. D. Avoiding time-consuming coaching sessions. 30. In adult learning-focused Border Patrol training, the most effective way to introduce new legal updates is A. Interactive workshops with scenario applications. B. Memorization drills of statutes. C. Distribution of legal documents only. D. Avoidance of updates until annual reviews. 31. When evaluating the effectiveness of Border Patrol agent field training, which method provides the most comprehensive assessment? A. Solely analyzing written test results. B. Combining scenario-based performance evaluations with feedback sessions. C. Collecting self-reported trainee reflections only. D. Relying exclusively on instructor observations.